Howdy folks, we are going to look at July's coupon book. Now I do realize that it's the second week of July, so just bear with me. The holidays were a mess, so let's start with the shop light. I actually went into My Harbor Freight looking for the hanging shop light. My Harbor Freight said that they sold out of these within 2 days. I can understand why. For 20 bucks for a LED hanging shop light, of course they're gonna go fast. So I don't do a lot of painting. I usually fork that stuff over to Mike. He's the one with all the fancy paint gear, so I can't give you a overview of that. The batteries, if you're just needing batteries for like your clock, they're okay. But if you're needing something to run like a CD player or flashlights, I probably, if you are going to go with the Harbor Freight batteries, the yellow ones, I believe that the yellow ones are the ones that you want to just stay the heck away from at all costs. Avoid them like the plague. The orange ones and the blue ones are the ones you want to go with. Shop fans, you can't go wrong with a fan in your shop. Whether you are doing metal work and you're welding, you need to keep the fumes away from you, folks. You know, that's kind of a safety item there. The 588 Lumen Tactical Light. Love it, buy it, you know, you won't be sorry. 310 adjustable headlamp. Now, bought it, but I really haven't gotten a chance to use it. It is bright, so it's nice there. Ratchet straps are nice. You might as well, if you don't have any ratchet straps, you might as well start your collection of ratchet straps out with the 4-piece at, I believe these are rated for 400 pounds working capacity. So just keep that in mind, that they're not meant to strap down a car with. So the 200 lumen LED flip light. These are great items, but if you don't need them today, you can probably wait. I've seen these things go for $1.99, so they do go cheaper, but if you need them today, they're great. They're bright and they do work. 26 by 22 single bank cabinet. If you need a roller cabinet and you're not looking for a cart, they seem of very good quality, and they come in multiple colors, so yay. 3,500 watt inverter generator. If you need to do powering of electronic devices on the road and you don't want to run it off your vehicle, there you go. I mean, for 700 bucks, you can't go wrong. The Honda, in my opinion, is just grossly overpriced at $2,000. You're not gonna... I don't understand why Honda is so expensive. So, I've said that before. I will say it again. I don't understand why Honda's so expensive. Please comment down below, why is a Honda generator worth so much when there's competing brands that make just as good, if not better, product than them. But okay, you know how I feel about these flux core welders. It's not that it's a Harbor Freight, it's the fact that it's only 125 amps and it's a flux core only welder. Now, I will tell you this much: if you are looking for a knockaround welder, they are a great welder. Don't expect them to build the Brooklyn Bridge, but for a 125 amp flux core welder, you can't go wrong at $100. Because what do they compare it to? Oh, the Iron Ton for 180 bucks. Okay. And then they got the titanium. They're comparing that to the Lincoln at $439. I personally would not even look at the 125 Lincoln. I'm just saying that. It's not the fact that I hate Lincoln. I actually do like Lincoln electric welders. Most of my, actually all my welders are Lincoln. But I would steer you towards the 140, whether you buy the 140T, which is what most of the retailers like Home Depot and Lowe's and who sells there? Oh, Northern Tool. Those three, they sell what they call the 140T. It's a great welder. It does everything that the 140C does, but the 140C is newer and it's got newer technology in it. 12,000 pound truck and SUV winch. These are great winches. I've used them before. They work great. If you're looking for a winch, buy it. You're not going to be sorry. I mean, yes, it's not a Warren where it's a made in America winch, but the whole thing is that if you're on a budget and you can't afford the Warren winch right now, the Badland winch will do what you want. The HVLP gun at $10, buy it. You'll find a use for it. I mean, heck, if you want to know a use for it, if you've got engine blocks that you have sitting out, you can dump oil into these and they'll spray oil onto whatever the heck you want. So, I mean, it's not just for paint. You can put oil in them. I wouldn't put solvents in them. I don't think that the container would actually handle 100% solvents. So, just FYI. If you do a lot of ice fishing, hey, the auger, it's Predator motored. What can really go wrong? The TV mount for $10, you can't go wrong. I mean, it comes with a bag of hardware. I own this mount, and it comes with a bag of hardware. So don't even waste your time looking at other things, because for $10 you can't go wrong. I mean, you look at what the heck you get just in the bag of hardware. If you were to price out just the bag of hardware, you'd probably come out to be close to $10 right there. Okay, pneumatic tire. If you like to fab up carts and stuff, these are great for making cartwheels. So, like to play around with that 100-watt solar panel kit. But, yeah. The 3-ton rapid pump jack lifts from 3 1/4 to 20 inches. This is the one where it's not the yellow one, the one that everybody talks about. These are the anemic ones living off of the yellow one's name. Let's just say that. And personally, they've got another jack at Harbor Freight. They're long reach. That I would love to own that one. 3-ton long reach. I'd probably want it in the black though. I'm not much for that green. The 20-volt lithium cordless impact for $240. From what I understand, they are great units, and they work fabulously. So, the hardwood dollies. If you need to move heavy stuff, buy one. If you're doing some serious angle grinder work, the 4.5 inch, this one will probably die on you. They do make better ones, and they do sell them at Harbor Freight. So just keep that in mind, that the black angle grinder, don't expect it to have a very long and prosperous life. But if you need something to get done today, go buy it. The Predator motors. I think everybody knows about the Predator motors, and you know, you see all the go-kart people running these Predator motors. And they've got aftermarket support up the wazoo. I mean, these are like the friggin' small block Chevy of the go-kart world now. You know, everybody's making parts for these things, so don't worry about parts. Like I said, it's small block Chevy of the go-kart world. 3-gallon, 100 psi compress. It's the red oil-free compressors. From what I understand, they do not live very long and prosperous lives. So, now, I'd love to try this out, the OmniPro 220, because the Lincoln one has went up in price. I mean, personally, if they dropped it down to where it was $1,000 to be competitive, I think that they would sell a lot better. But that's just me. And you know, that's coming from a guy that runs mainly red. You know, the blue for me, you know, the blue company and me, we don't get along. Let's just say that. I've murdered a lot of them. You know, everything from the one in high school to the in big industrial 500 amp units. I've murdered them. So, blue and me don't get along. The portable garage. I've been actually looking at this because I've been thinking about making a paint booth out of this. So, please comment down below if you've got any experience with them. The lithium-ion jump starter packs, it's hard to get a good read on these things. Some people have had horrible luck with them, and then other people have had excellent luck, so, you know, I don't know if it was like the first batches were bad, or if, you know, lots of crib deaths, so what have you. Reciprocating saw, you can't go wrong with a reciprocating saw. I mean, you'll find a use for it. Whether it's pruning the tree or cutting through steel pipe, you'll figure out a reason to have it. 8-gallon oil lube compressor. I got the central pneumatic one. We'll probably be doing a teardown video of that. Finding out how the heck did I kill it. Oh, I know why I killed it. I left it out in the elements for over a year. So, if you need a decent cordless drill, these Bauer drills, from what I'm understanding, are great drills. So, I personally have the Bosch, so, you know, for me, I'm not really looking to get into another brand. And if I'm going to go Harbor Freight, personally, I would go with the Herc. Just, you know, my thing. If you weigh less than 250 pounds, these seats are perfect for you. If you weigh more than 250 pounds, do not even consider them. I am sorry for all of us heavy-set people. We cannot get on these, sadly. The 2-ton capacity foldable shop crane. This is the one that you want. You do not want the 1-ton. You want the 2-ton. You want to have the ability to pull out that arm long enough to where you can actually get into the back of your truck and pull a complete motor out of the back of your truck. This is the one that you're going to want. Stay the heck away from the 1-ton. I don't care what brand it is. The 1-ton units are all the same. They do not extend the arm out long enough for you to get your engine out of the back of your truck. So then you're inevitably going to call your buddies up, and they're all going to manhandle the thing out of the back of your truck, and hopefully nobody breaks their back doing it. So, just get the darn 2-ton foldable shop crane and just be done with it. .3/8 50-foot retractable hose reel. You can't go wrong for $60. I mean, yeah. There's companies that want $60 just for the reel alone. If you're looking to do some polishing and on your vehicle, you know, cut and polish, I noticed that at least my Harbor Freight has a full line of Meguiar's on the shelf of cutting compounds and a full set of polishing and buffing wheels. So for $32.99 to get your foot in that door to do polishing, I think that's a great deal. 12.5 amp SDS rotary hammer drill. No, that's not a rotary hammer, just a hammer. For $220, check on how much it's going to cost you to rent the item, or if you are the serious weekend warrior, then go buy it. It comes down to cost on this item, really, folks, on the rotary hammer. So I've been looking at the storage cabinet for a while now, and I think I'd like to buy one. It is a little bit flimsy, but the top is solid. It'll do what I think it should do. 9,000 max starting watts, 7250 running watts. So your constant 7250 running watts. That's more than enough to run an average house. I mean, yes, you're gonna have to unplug the 50,000 things off the back of your TV, but to run a house, it should be big enough to run your house. I'd like to know what your thoughts are, folks, on the Earthquake XT, because personally, at 130 bucks, I've bought the Chicago Pneumatic. This one, I've tortured it to death. I've shoved so much oil down this thing that it's come out the exhaust as a fog, which, if you all know, is a bad thing to do with these things. So, yeah. So, actually, if I was to buy one of these, I'm probably going to compare it to the Chicago Pneumatic. So, at 200 bucks, I mean, you're looking at something that's very competitively priced. So, AC manifold gauge set. Yes. If you know what the heck you're doing when it comes to AC systems, it's a must-have. If you don't know what the heck you're doing with AC systems, don't buy it, because you can seriously wreck your AC system if you don't know what the heck you're doing. Just saying. Okay. Looked at the workbench. If you're a woodworker, it's a great bench. If you're doing metalwork or any automotive work, I'd probably stay away from that. I think that's all I really wanted to talk about on this page. Five-drawer mechanic skirts. Cannot say enough good things about it. I mean, we're filming out of one right now, so keep that in mind. That we are filming out of one of these, so. Let's see. Oh, yep. Another inverter generator. And they compare it to the Honda at $1,000. For $450, you can't go wrong. Titanium drill bit set. Okay, this set, I'm going to tell you right now, folks, is not... Let's compare it to the Herc that they sell at the Harbor Freight. It is not got a reduced shank. So, you do have to have a 1/2-inch drive drill to do it. Unlike the Herc, which These do fit in tightly, which is reduce shank down to 3/8, so you can chuck them up into your 3/8 chuck drill. Okay. The socket sets, it's not a complete set, so I can't recommend it. I wish I could. They look nice. They've got a nice feel in the hand thing, but they're an incomplete set, so unless they come with the sizes that you absolutely use, I'd kind of steer you away from it. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. Infrared laser thermometer. Buy it. You'll figure out a use for it. Okay. Buy zip ties. You need zip ties. Just put it down on your list. You need zip ties. 6-piece detail brush set. You're gonna be cleaning anything? Buy them. Moving blanket. It's a nice thing to have if you're transporting stuff. Just for $3.99, you can't go wrong. Electronic fly swatter, it sort of works. It sort of works, folks, so just keep that in mind. Heat gun. For $10, buy it if you don't have one. I've left mine on in the middle of winter for over an hour. It works. Just buy it. Mechanic shop towels. Pack of 50. These are the ones that are washable. So, these are the ones that are washable. I just bought a bag of them. They work great for cleaning up messes and garbage. So, oh boy. Been looking at maybe getting one of these 5-gallon oil-free compressors for the basement here, so we can start doing things in the basement in the winter. I would love to get this inverter welder with electrode holder, because if it's telling the truth, it will run 6010 rod. Now, for those of you that are not welders or in the trade, 6010 rod is very fussy on what welders it will work with. It really prefers a transformer DC machine. It is a strictly DC rod, so, and it really prefers a transformer machine over an inverter machine. Just keep that in mind. That if we buy one of these, we're testing that 6010 function out for $300. If it don't do it, we might be very mad. You got your Bauer stuff on sale. Would love to try this digital torque wrench. From what I'm understanding is that it actually does compete very well with the Snap-on. So, something to keep in mind. And they are continuing to have their good, better, best as far as it goes with items, even down to, they're comparing this one to the Satagun. The Satagun is 6/7 115 and this is 160, so if it works as well as the Satagun, yeah. Now, the oil-free compressors, these are what you want to use when you're using these. That's pretty much the big reason why you would buy an oil-free compressor. If you're running impacts, if you're running cutoff tools, you're not going to want to buy the oil-free compressors. You're going to want to buy the oil compressors. Okay? Because by the time you would get into removing all the oil and all the debris out of the line of an oil lube compressor, you're just better off buying one of these oil-free compressors for the light duty stuff. Okay, and then we got your good, better, best on the compressors. I keep going between this 5-gallon and the 27-gallon on what we put down here in the basement, and in a way that 27-gallon just looks so nice. So the McGraw's, I've actually heard one of these run. They're not that bad. Like I said, I've got the 8-gallon. That thing wasn't that bad, but granted I had that sitting outside all the time, so. And then you've got your list of cutoff tools. From what I understand, these are going to be better than the Central Pneumatic stuff that they've got, and if that's the case, then yes. Hoses. Okay, the Diablo hoses, the black ones, I've got a 50-footer, 3/8 50-footer that I've had outside with that 8-gallon compressor for over a year, and it still looks good, and it still performs just as well as it did the day I bought it. So there's that. If you're looking at air compressor hoses, you always need to get an air chuck. Just if you don't own an air chuck and you're gonna go buy a compressor of any size, pick up an air chuck at the same time, so you're not having to scramble out to your service station to get air for your tires. The older earthquake stuff, from what I'm understanding, they have gotten a lot better with it, so it's went up in quality, but for the best quality, do go with the XT stuff. And I was watching Real Tool reviews, and he was comparing the earthquake to the older Snap-on. I actually would not even consider buying this Snap-on. I actually want the older Snap-on personally. If I'm in the market that way, you know, if someone's twisting my arm, I want the older Snap-on. And to put it bluntly, price per dollar, you're not getting that much more. I mean, even back at that time, the old Snap-on gun was $650, I think is what he said, and this was priced at $150, and you got maybe 2 or 3 more foot-pounds of torque, and that's where when you can go and buy 3 of these, 3 to 4 of these for that, kind of makes it a no-brainer. Just FYI. Then you've got your electric stuff. I haven't had personal use with it, but I'd like to start getting into this lineup. So hopefully in the next year or two you'll be seeing some videos on these. Impact sockets. If you can find the sizes that you need in the set, buy it. They're just as good as anybody else. Trust me, I've broke enough Snap-on in my life to know that you're just better off buying whatever the heck's on the shelf, because I haven't found a cheap brand that has broke on me, and that's saying something. Drills, good, better, best. The Drill Master, if you need an entry-level drill, you know, for hanging pictures, or you just need a drill for hanging pictures, this Drill Master down here is actually a great drill for hanging pictures. So you're not over screwing the screw. So keep that in mind. That is a great drill. So I'd like to pick this up, and we'll probably, if I pick this one up, we're going to be comparing the NiCad to the lithium ion. So keep that in mind, folks. You got more your Bauer. I'd like to get that 3/8 right angle drill, because there's so many places that I could use that to get into, to drill out bolts and nuts. If you have that same situation, you might want to buy that. And Denatools actually has a video on that where he ran it until the battery died. He was punching, I think it was 1 1/4 inch holes with an auger bit through pine. So he got pretty darn far with it. So and then you've got your standard stuff. So the cobalt bits are for when you really need to go through something tough, like a tool steel or something. That's what you'd get. So grinders, no, what have you. Circ saws. I don't do much woodworking, but for those of you that are into it, like I said, Denatools actually has a video on the Hercules that kind of impressed me as a metal worker. So 4x36" belt sander. Got one, love it, and don't worry about getting belts, because there's, just type it into your search box, 4x36 sanding belt, and there's tons of companies out there that sell 4x36 belts for it. So they got the drill presses. None of them are on sale, sadly. So they got a new digital one. I think I saw a digital one when I was at Harbor Freight last time. They just don't have here. Yeah. Bandsaws. Like a belt sander, you put a different blade in this and you can do metalworking with it. Don't let woodworking bandsaw deter you. Just make sure that you can find a blade that'll fit it, that'll do what you want it to do. Nailers, we're going to skip past that. Rodders, belts, nope. Demolition stuff, if you're into demo work, might have to pick that cute mixer up. Let's see. Pliers, nothing's on sale, sadly. Probably gonna have to pick up some of these Bremens and compare them to the ye old Vice Grip, and we'll see how they hold up over time. The digital calipers, they work, but they're not that accurate. I can pretty much tell you that much right now. So, and if you need a hammer, buy a hammer. Can't go wrong. Just remember that a claw hammer is not designed for metal work. Too soft to steel. Dollies. If you need dollies. Carts and trucks. We got rope now even. Yay. Yeah, it's pretty much a lot of the stuff that we've already covered. Oh, bought the 65 lumen pocket flashlight. For $7.99, you can't go wrong, and I thought I'd hate it, but it clips right onto the side of my pocket, and I barely notice that it's there. And I think I'm going to retire the mini mag light that I have in favor of that. Just FYI, folks. So, oh, and the pop-up lantern does work very well. It does come with batteries, so don't worry about batteries. ITC members, stuff. I think that we're going to stop right here, and we're going to pick this up in a part 2, because I can already tell that this video is going long. So, thanks for watching this far. We're going to pick this up in part 2, and we'll see you in the next video.